Hello everyone from Liverpool's own news. Hold on to your seats folks, because we've got a bombshell that's just dropped in the football world. Antonio Rüdiger, the German defensive powerhouse, has just signed a pre-contract with Liverpool. Yes, you heard that right. This is not a drill. This is the real deal. The football universe has been shaken to its core, and we're here to unpack every single jaw-dropping detail of this seismic event. This isn't just a transfer, it's the transfer of the decade, a moment that will echo through the ages, and we're going to take you right into the heart of it with all the drama, suspense, and exaggeration you can handle. Buckle up, because this is going to be one wild ride. Let's dive straight into the details that have everyone talking. Sources close to the negotiation have revealed that Liverpool has agreed to a staggering signing bonus to secure Rüdiger's services, while the exact figure is being kept under wraps because, of course, the secrecy only adds to the intrigue. Insiders suggest it's in the region of £10 million. That's right, £10 million just to put pen to paper. This isn't pocket change. This is a statement of intent, a colossal investment in a man who's about to redefine Liverpool's future. But here's the twist that's got tongues wagging. Despite his status as one of the world's top defenders, Rüdiger has agreed to a surprisingly low salary. We're talking about a modest £150,000 per week in a world where footballers earn more than some small countries' GDPs. Rüdiger is taking a pay cut to join the Reds. Why, you ask? Because he believes in the project, the vision and the legacy that Liverpool is building. This isn't about money, it's about glory. It's about destiny. It's about a man who's ready to sacrifice for the badge. The contract itself is a masterpiece of ambition. It's set for 5 years, tying him to Anfield until 2030. That's a long-term commitment from both parties. A signal to the football world that Liverpool means business and Rüdiger is all in. But it's not just about the length. It's about the incentives that make this deal pure dynamite. Performance-related bonuses are aplenty, and they're the stuff of dreams. If Liverpool wins the Premier League, Rüdiger pockets an extra £1 million. Champions League glory. Another £2 million lands in his account, and for every clean sheet he helps keep, there's a tidy £50,000 bonus. This isn't just a contract, it's a war chest designed to fuel a defensive titan's hunger for success. Every tackle, every header, every shutout is now a step towards greatness and a fatter bank balance. But wait, there's more, because this deal is dripping with ambition. There are clauses in the contract that scream Rüdiger's intent to rewrite the history books. For instance, if he scores more than 5 goals in a season, and yes, we're talking about a defender here, he gets a £500,000 bonus. Imagine that. A centre-back banging in goals like a striker and cashing in on his own brilliance. And if he's named in the PFA Team of the Year, another £250,000 rolls his way. This man isn't just here to defend, he's here to dominate, to dazzle, to make history. Liverpool hasn't just signed a player, they've signed a phenomenon. Now, let's pull back the curtain on the behind-the-scenes drama. Because this wasn't a straightforward deal, it was a saga worthy of a Hollywood blockbuster. Our sources tell us that Liverpool scouts have been tracking Rüdiger since his days at Stuttgart, their eyes locked on him like hawks circling prey. This wasn't a spur-of-the-moment signing. This was years in the making, a master plan executed with surgical precision. There were secret meetings in undisclosed locations across Europe, with Liverpool's representatives going to extraordinary lengths to keep the negotiations under wraps. Picture this. A clandestine meeting in a dimly lit cafe in Berlin, where Rüdiger's agent and Liverpool's chief negotiator huddled over espresso and croissants, whispering terms under the flickering glow of a single lamp. The stakes were high, the tension palpable, and the secrecy absolute. But it wasn't all smooth sailing, no. This was a roller coaster of suspense. Other top clubs were circling like vultures, ready to swoop in and steal Rüdiger from under Liverpool's nose. Manchester City, PSG, and even Real Madrid were rumored to be in the mix, each throwing their weight around with promises of riches and glory. There was even a last-minute attempt by Chelsea to keep their star defender, with a reported offer of a new contract worth £200,000 per week dangled in front of him like a golden carrot. The pressure was immense, the competition ferocious, and, for a moment, it looked like Liverpool might lose their man. But Rüdiger's heart was set on the Reds, and nothing, not money, not rival bids, not desperation could sway him from his path. In the final days before the agreement, the drama reached fever pitch. There were frantic late-night phone calls between Rüdiger's camp and Liverpool's hierarchy, voices hushed and urgent as the clock ticked down. Tensions were sky-high, and at one point it seemed like the deal might collapse entirely. Rumors swirled that a rival club had tabled a last-gasp offer that could blow Liverpool out of the water. But then, in a twist that could only be described as cinematic, Rüdiger himself stepped in. He picked up the phone, dialed Liverpool's top brass in the dead of night, and made a personal plea to assure them of his commitment. "I'm coming to Anfield," he reportedly said, his voice steady with resolve. That call, that single, electrifying moment sealed the deal. The football world held its breath, and Liverpool emerged victorious. Now, let's take a step back and appreciate the man at the center of this storm. Antonio Rüdiger, born in Berlin, this German colossus started his career at VfB Stuttgart. where he burst onto the scene as a tough tackling no-nonsense defender with a fire in his belly. His raw talent and unrelenting drive caught the eye of Europe's elite, and soon he was on the move to Roma, where he honed his craft in the crucible of Serie A. It was there that he began to show the world what he was made of: grit, power, and an uncanny ability to dominate attackers. But it was his transfer to Chelsea in 2017 that truly catapulted him into the stratosphere. At Stamford Bridge, Rüdiger became a cornerstone of their defense, a rock upon which titles were built. He helped them lift the Champions League in 2021, the FA Cup, and the UEFA Super Cup, cementing his status as a winner, a warrior, a legend in the making. His time at Chelsea was nothing short of extraordinary. He was the last line of defense in countless crucial matches, the man who stood tall when the pressure was unbearable. Take the Champions League final against Manchester City. Rüdiger was a titan, making key interventions left, right, and center to keep a clean sheet that will be talked about for generations. But it's not just club football where he's shown. With over 50 caps for the German national team, Rüdiger has been a mainstay in their defense, strutting his stuff on the grandest stages of the World Cup, the European Championships, you name it. This isn't just a player with pedigree. This is a man who's conquered continents. So, what makes Rüdiger so special? Let's talk about his playing style, because this is where the magic happens. He's a physical specimen, standing at 6'3" with the strength of an ox in the presence of a general. His aerial ability is second to none when the ball's in the air. It's his. End of story. Defensively, he's a monster, soaring above strikers to head away danger. Offensively, he's a weapon, crashing home set pieces with the ferocity of a striker. But it's not just his brawn that sets him apart. His brain is just as impressive. His reading of the game is exceptional, a sixth sense that lets him sniff out danger before it even materializes. He intercepts passes like he's got a crystal ball, breaks up attacks with the ease of a seasoned chess master, and positions himself so perfectly you'd think he's glued to the pitch. On the ball, he's a revelation. Composed, confident, and precise. He starts attacks from the back with passes that cut through opposition lines like a hot knife through butter. He's not afraid to carry the ball forward either, striding out of defense with the swagger of a midfielder, adding a whole new dimension to his game. Picture this. The ball's launched into the box, and there he is, towering above everyone, heading it clear with authority that sends a message: don't even try it. Or an opposition striker thinks he's got a clear run on goal, only for Rüdiger to come sliding in with a tackle so perfectly timed it's like he's choreographed the whole thing. That's the Rüdiger effect, pure unadulterated dominance. Of course, no one's perfect, and Rüdiger has his flaws though. They're more like quirks in a masterpiece. Occasionally he can be caught out of position, especially when he's pushing forward with that adventurous streak of his. There have been moments of disciplinary trouble too, a tendency to pick up yellow cards when his passion boils over. But let's be real, these are minor scratches on a diamond. His strengths, his tackling, his positioning, his leadership outweigh any weaknesses, and they're about to light up Anfield like never before. This isn't just another announcement. It's the herald of an era of solidity and triumph, poised to elevate the Reds' defensive standard in the Premier League. If you enjoyed this analysis and want to keep up with heavyweight signings, give USA like, subscribe to Foot Vasquino News and ring the bell so you don't miss a thing. Share with your mates who celebrate every star arrival and comment which defense you reckon will become unbreachable. See you in the next video with more insights and fresh breaking football news. Cheers and catch you later, supporter.